What's up, guys? Welcome to Crystal Does. I'm Crystal and I do things. If you've previously watched any of my videos, then welcome back. And if you haven't, then welcome. Today I decided I was going to do a first impression and try on using the new Morphe by Jeffree Star collab. I'm super excited for this because I already really love Morphe palettes and I really love Jeffree Star as well, so this has got to be a win-win for me. I'm also going to be trying his new brush set out. Especially with this palette, I figured this would be the perfect time to try out these brushes. And I also have Jeffree Star and Morphe's Set and Refresh Mist to try out. I'm also going to be doing a full swatch of the palette so y'all can see every single color. I do also want to add that I do have the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. This is their original. I do kind of want to do a comparison between the two to see if they maybe have a different sheen or a different kind of spray type or anything like that. That way, if you already love the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, you can see if it's worth you trying the new Morphe by Jeffree Star spray as well. So let's get to this palette because I know everybody is super excited to see. First of all, I do really want to say I love the packaging. I love this holographic here, and I really love the iconic pink. Of course, you know Jeffree Star had to do that. He also has his picture on the back, as well as a little note to the consumer. So the first thing you notice when you take this palette out of the box is that it has this bubble wrap on it. So this is what the palette looks like. It matches the box, so I think that's super cute. When you open it, the first thing you see is this gigantic mirror right here, and also the Morphe by Jeffree Star up here at the top. I mean, you can see your whole face and more. So let's dive into this palette. This is what it looks like. Super gorgeous. So I went ahead and turned my light down just a little bit so that when I bring these swatches up closer to the camera that you can see them without them completely disappearing with this light. So the first shade I'm going to do is Welcome. The next one is going to be Back. The third one is To My Channel. Okay, so these are the rough swatches right here. Wand Noise, and then Lynn, 1985. This one is Mogul, and Self-Made. So those are the next 5 shades right there. Now I'm going to take the shades Dog Mom, Honest Truth, Designer Label. This one is Mr. Diva, and Boss Angeles right on the elbow right there. Like I told you guys last video, I'm not the best at swatches, but I'm trying to do my damnedest for you guys. So these are the first 15 shades. So the next shades are going to be Pink Fleet, Calabasas, Don't Know Her, Rolls With It, and Millions. The next set of shades are going to be Girl, What's the Tea, Vroom Vroom, Custom Rims, and Glam Rapids. Set of swatches. Those are super pretty. And the last 5 shades are going to be Wake and Bake, Nate, Drive Through, Hi Dude, and Fast Lane. So these are the last 15 swatches. So let's get into these brushes. First of all, I'm really happy that this comes in a plastic. I just think that it makes it super nice. So when you take it out, it comes like this. It does have this little sleeve on it. It's still the iconic Jeffree Star pink, of course. On the back of it, it tells you what brushes you get in it. It comes with all of these brushes as well as the carrying bag. So this is what it looks like when you pull it out. And then the front side has the Morphe by Jeffree Star. It also says Jeffree Star on the zipper itself right here. They come packaged in a plastic packaging. And look at those super, super cute, iconic Jeffree Star brushes. And then when you take it out of that bag, they come like this. Each brush is actually individually wrapped, which I really like personally. They also all say Morphe by Jeffree Star and tell you what brush name they are. For example, this is the JS13, and this is a pencil brush. I'm only going to be using these brushes today for the sake of this video so that I can give y'all a full reaction on how these work. Okay, so to start, I'm actually going to put a little bit of concealer on. I'm going to do this the same way that I used the Glamlight Burger palette in my previous video. I will link that up above my head somewhere if you guys would like to watch that. But I'm going to use the same method that I prime my eyes, because I want to do it a comparison to a palette that I've used before, also a method that I've used before, so that it's not like I'm doing anything different to try this out. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my concealer here, and I'm gonna use the JS10 brush. So this is what the brush looks like right here. It is a flat, somewhat dense brush. This brush is actually supposed to be a crease brush, so it's for you to be able to cut your crease and use for precise lines. So that's what I'm gonna use for this right now. Once you get that brow the shape that you want underneath, you want to also do it up top. I'm going to take a damp beauty sponge and go ahead and blend that out. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take the JS8. That's going to be like this. It is a fluffy headed brush. This is a crease brush. I'm going to take this, and I'm actually going to take the shade 1985 right here. This one matched me pretty well, so I'm going to take this shade right here and put it into my crease. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. That's what that's going to look like. I really like this brush. It is pretty soft and takes the color exactly where you need it. I'm going to take the same brush, and I'm actually going to dip into the shade Mr. Diva. Dab right in there, tap the excess off, and I'm gonna go straight into my crease with this color. I'm going to do stamping motions, and I'm going to sweep back and forth. I just want to add a little bit of extra color there to know where I'm gonna start, because I want to do a cut crease today. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the JS13 brush. It's gonna look like this. It is a pencil brush. It is very soft bristles, not super dense, but it's gonna be a very good pencil to take into your crease. The first thing I thought about doing when I saw this palette is a Cosmo and Wanda look. So that's what I'm going to do for y'all today. I'm going to be trying to use these pinks right here as well as these greens down here, and maybe a pop of this color in the inner corner. So the first shade I'm going to take is right here, this pink fleet shade on this JS13 brush, and I'm going to pop it right into my crease. I'm going to stamp on the product, and then I'm going to actually dip into the color just a little bit more, and I'm going to blend this in. So I'm going to start from the outer corner and then blend in circular motions to the inner corner. So then I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to dip in Self-Made, the shade right above, and I'm going to use circular motions to put it right into that same color. These colors are blending together really well. I'm now going to take the JS12 brush. This brush is the Sport Mode Blender brush. I'm going to take this, and I'm actually going to blend out the edges even more with this brush, but I'm actually going to take the shade My right here, tap off the excess, and then I'm going to go at the very edge of where I had created this blend together, and I'm going to use circular motions once again to blend this color, My, into the color Self-Made and Pink Fleet that I had just created. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually cut my crease. So I put a little bit of concealer on the back of my hand, and now I'm going to take the same JS10 brush, the flat brush that I used for concealer, and I'm putting it right here in my crease. After I cut my crease, I'm going to take my wet beauty sponge again and just dab it in just a little bit, because I don't want it to cake up or anything like that. And then I'm going to take the JS6 brush. This brush is called the Rule Blender brush. So this one basically says it has no rules. You can do it basically whatever you want with this brush. So I'm going to dip it into the shade Girl, and then I'm going to apply it under this crease here. So I'm going to take it starting in the inner corner with the product facing up, get right across that cut crease. Now, after I'm done doing both sides, I'm going to take the same concealer brush with the concealer, And I'm going to cut this crease one more time. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to take it where there's a very thin line of that color that we just put on, but I'm going to cut it just underneath that shade. Okay, so now that I have that done, I'm going to take the JS5 brush right here. This is called the Crease Queen brush. So this one is supposed to have long bristles, which it does, and it's supposed to help you place your color wherever you need to, as well as buff it out. So I'm going to take this shade right here called Nate, and I'm going to actually add it to the outer corner of my eye. I'm going to actually stamp it in, and I'm gonna do it about 1/3 of the way into my eye, but I'm also going to flick it out this way as well so that I can make a wing effect with it. And then I'm gonna actually take it and use slight circular motions to blend it all together. And then next I'm going to use the JS11. It is very dense bristles, so it is going to be very good for you to pack on product. I'm going to use this shade right here called Wake and Bake, and I'm going to tap that in. I'm also going to take it over the shade Nate just a little bit to help blend the two together. And then after I have that done, I'm going to take the same brush, the opposite side, and I'm going to use Glam Rapids right here, and I'm going to do it for the inner third, also slightly blending it into Wake and Bake. So the next thing I'm going to do, since you can't really see the shade Girl in between the pinks and the greens, I'm going to take the JS14. It has a very tiny, very pointed tip. You're going to have to use your finger and kind of break up the bristles because they are very stiff together when you first get them, but afterwards they're very soft to the touch. I'm going to use it right now to dip into the shade Welcome right here. And I'm actually going to go over where I did the shade Girl. So now I'm going to show you how I clean this up. I'm going to take my concealer, I'm going to dab it just under my eye and up towards where my wing is going to be. And then I'm going to take my damp beauty sponge and I'm going to just pat it in. I'm going to blend it downwards. When you're done, this is what you're going to look like. So I apologize because apparently my camera decided it wanted to stop recording at that time. So I went ahead and put on my lashes, my eyeliner off camera, and then when I came back I was trying to show y'all how I did my under eye. So I will go ahead and tell y'all I took this Nate color right here, which is the same color that we used on the outer corner of our eye on the JS11. And I went ahead and did the outer third of my eye, making sure to flick it out to connect to that bottom cut crease that we had created to make a even longer wing effect. Afterwards, I took the JS13 and I went ahead and dabbed into Self-Made as well as Pink Fleet. Just dab, 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 dab. And then I went on the inner middle part of this third under my eye. And then afterwards, I took the JS7 brush and I went ahead and put a little bit of this shade Girl on there, and then I topped it with the shade Welcome. So that's how you got this part right here. And then the most important part of this whole look is I took this shade Millions, and I will show y'all one more time because obviously, like I said, my camera did not record it. Wipe. Look at this. Look how gorgeous this is. I'm going to put just a little bit extra. So I just took it on my finger and just dabbed it on the inside corner like this. I cannot wait to use this shade all over my eyes so I can shine from freaking space. Like, it is so pretty and the formula is so creamy and so easy to put on. It is amazing. I also already went and put highlighter on, as you can see on my cheeks here. To go along with the theme, I did use this Jeffree Star Liquid Frost in the shade Frozen Peach. I did receive this in my Jeffree Star mystery box, which if y'all haven't seen that video, I will link it up above somewhere. I do have to say though that there definitely is a learning curve on this because I feel like I did not put this on as well as I should have today. So I'm going to put a little bit extra on this side because it doesn't have as much as the opposite side. But I think the best way to do this is if you have a maybe like a mixing tray or something, I would put it on the mixing tray first, or maybe even on the back of your hand, unless you don't want it all over your body. Putting it on the mixing tray and then dab your brush or your finger or your sponge or whatever you'd like, and then put it on your face rather than taking and putting it directly on your face, because you are gonna have so much highlighter you're not gonna know what to do with it. I'm gonna go ahead and actually take my sponge and kind of buff it out just a little bit so that it isn't patchy or anything like that. It is a super gorgeous color, I do have to say. Like, I'm very excited to use this again and to learn how to properly use this. So my apologies for not being able to tell you how to use this right now, but I do really love the color, and I am excited to learn how to use this the right way. So hopefully in my next video or one of my videos to come, you will get to see how to use a liquid highlighter from someone who knows how to use it. And last but definitely not least, before I get onto the setting sprays, I did want to use this Jeffree Star Lippy, also out of his mystery box. This is the exclusive shade Question Mark, and I thought it'd be the perfect time to use this since it is a first impressions video. So this is going to be my first impression of this lippy because I have never tried it. Alright, well that is what that shade looks like on. It is super cute. I feel like I will wear this a lot. Like, I've been getting into more of the lighter pinks. I used to think that it didn't really match with my skin tone, but now that I've played more with makeup, I feel like any color that you feel like you can rock, you can rock. Almost forgot, I do want to compare the two setting sprays. So I wanted to do the Morphe original one on my right side, and I'm going to do the Morphe by Jeffree Star on the left side. So I'm going to cover this side up. I'm going to cover this other side up, and I'm going to use the Morphe by Jeffree Star. And then I'm going to take my beauty sponge and I'm going to kind of dab it in. So off the bat, I can already see that this side, I don't know if it's maybe because I was using my left hand, but this side definitely has a lot more on it than the other side does. But it smells amazing. Oh my gosh, does it smell amazing. Alright, so that is what both sides look like. The Jeffree Star side, original Morphe side. I don't really notice a difference in the two as far as like the sheen. I don't think it adds like anything or anything like that. I'm going to spray the original Morphe in front of my hand to see if y'all can see the mist, see if it has any different size particles or anything like that. This is our one. Okay, so they look pretty similar. They feel pretty similar on my face wearing them. I'm going to really quick wipe my hands off. So with clean hands, the only difference that I really feel is that the Jeffree Star side is a little bit more tacky. So like when you put your hand on it, it kind of sticks just a tiny bit, whereas the original Morphe side doesn't do that. Alright guys, so that is the final look for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I will definitely make sure that the next time I come on that I can show y'all how to put this liquid highlighter on the right way, and I will definitely make sure that the next time I smoke out my under eye that the camera is recording, because that is embarrassing. So my final thoughts on this Morphe Jeffree Star collab palette is I absolutely love it. I love the way this eye look came out. I absolutely love the color payoff, and I absolutely love that this was only $35. As far as the brush set goes, I do have to say that my favorite one is the JS10, which is this one that I used for concealing. I absolutely love a concealer brush that is somewhat stiff but still has some movability. So that is probably one of my favorites. The other favorite that I would say is this brush right here. This is the JS9 brush. This is the Fluffer Crease brush, and this is the one that I used to blend together all three of my pinks together with no product on it. It blended everything so seamlessly, and I do have to say that this one is super soft but still blendable, which I really like because it's not scratchy on your eye, so it won't irritate it or anything. So as far as the other ones go, I'm kind of glad that they come in single packs, so you can buy each one individually if you would like. This one I would definitely recommend if you don't already have a concealer brush that you love, and if you don't have a fluffer brush that you can just blend away all of your mistakes or blend together all of your colors to the freaking high heavens, this brush right here, the JS9, is the one for you. As far as the other ones go, I don't know if I would use them all the time. I kind of feel like I would need to compare them to the Morphe ones that I already have, because like I said, I did buy a set of Morphe brushes already, so some of these feel kind of similar to the ones that I have in that. So I would definitely suggest that you look in your collection to see if you have brushes similar to this, especially if you have Morphe brushes, because these are Morphe brushes. They just have the Jeffree Star name on them. So yeah, they are a little bit, they might be a little bit softer, a little bit better in certain aspects, but they might not be better in certain aspects as well. So for $42, I wouldn't necessarily say to go buy this if you have brushes like this already. And as far as the Morphe by Jeffree Star Setting Mist goes, I'm not quite sure about this one. I'm gonna have to definitely try this one out again to see how it feels on me. Maybe do like a wear test for like 8 hours or something like that, because for this one being $18 and the original one being $16, I, as of now, can see myself just continuing to use the regular Morphe one because it doesn't have that stickiness at all. And the one thing you know in Texas is that it's gonna be hot outside. And if you add this to your face and you're already someone who kind of sweats or anything like that, and you put this on top of it, I just can't imagine how that's gonna feel outside in 100-degree weather or something like that. So I don't know about this one yet. I'm gonna definitely keep trying it to see how it actually feels when I'm outside actually doing stuff, and I probably will do the same thing where I put this on half and put this on half to kind of compare, like, okay, this is the regular Morphe side and this one's doing this, and this is the Morphe Jeffree Star side and this is doing this. So I will hopefully give y'all an update on this one soon after I try these out for a couple days and really can be able to tell y'all my opinion on these. One last thing I wanted to tell y'all, just in case y'all were wondering, if y'all are in love with these lashes like I am, these are by Glam Shop by Michelle. They are the style Fabulash. I will leave the info for them down below. I do have a promoter code with her. It is Crystal with 3 Y's, and I will also leave that in the description box if y'all would like to shop her or any of the people that I'm affiliated with. I appreciate you guys watching this video. I super enjoyed doing this look today. I love doing these videos for you guys. So if you have any comments, suggestions, any tips and tricks or anything like that, please be sure to leave me a comment down below. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And I will see y'all in the next video. Stay beautiful.